Marshawn.
The goal ultimately, of course, is to save lives.
After 2 mass shootings over the course of a week, lawmakers in Oregon continue working on legislation around weapons, and that includes efforts to close what's known as the Charleston loophole, which could put weapons in the wrong hands. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for KATU News at 6, everybody. I'm Steve Dunn.
And I'm Lincoln Graves. KATU's Keaton Thomas is joining us live now. And Keaton, what is this loophole?
Well, Lincoln, that loophole that we're talking about is that people are, first of all, required to pass a background check if they want to purchase a firearm, but state law allows for a dealer to transfer that firearm to that person who wants a gun, they allows to transfer someone to that firearm, even if that background check isn't completed within just 3 days. Lawmakers in Salem are working on several bills to address gun violence this session. They're considering a bill that requires guns to be locked up at home, a bill allowing local agencies to ban possession of firearms inside public buildings, even for concealed handgun license holders. Then there's the so-called Charleston loophole. Representative Lisa Reynolds, a former gun violence prevention activist, is sponsoring a bill to close that loophole.
So what we're saying in Oregon, which is what 20 other states have said, is we want law enforcement to have the time they need to complete that background check, not to put this arbitrary 3-day limit on allowing them to do their job.
In 2019, the FBI found nearly 3,000 firearms were sold to people without a completed background check, only for that check to come back and show that that person wasn't eligible.
In fact, I probably talked to 4 people today who are on a delay of more than 2 to 3 months.
Sean Colley, a gun rights lawyer in Central Oregon, said he's had many clients wait for months for that background check, but he said transfers within that loophole are rare.
If we want to close that and say, hey, you can't transfer within 3 days, personally, that's fine if there's some review of that to figure out, okay, we need some tail end, a month, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months. I mean, how long is too long?
Now, lawmakers have held multiple public hearings on this thus far down in Salem, but there is going to be a work session held next week. For now, we're live in Northeast Portland. Keaton Thomas, KATU News.
Keaton, thank you. We are learning more today about that deadly